It's never bad when the UPS guy shows up with a Gibson box. And you hear me say that all the time, but really, is it ever bad? I mean, seriously. Anyway, as you can tell, another box has shown up from Gibson. And of course, that means it's time to have some fun. Slightly different location today because we are in the process of moving, and so I had to be here for some contractors. So this is a little different, a little less gears and a little more guitars today. Let me get this bad boy opened up and then I'll come back. And voila, the box is now open. So, didn't really show you the top, so it'll be a little more of a surprise. Though if you're reading the description of the video, you'll probably already have guessed what this is. As usual, it comes in a box that is very tall and means there's always fun stuff. Now, we'll be playing through the Marshall today because it is my go-to here at the house. So, but as you can tell, anytime it has the Gibson Star logo, it's usually custom shop. So, this case has a little different setup on it than I am used to because I'm used to it having something back here. So maybe that's part of the nostalgic specs of this particular guitar. It's odd because there's like I say, just a different setup. But what sleeps in here is a Lemon Burst 58 reissue. Well, 1958. And this one has been custom shop modified to have black pickups as well as a few other little touches. Now, this case, I love that because that is something that didn't always come with these particular guitars. And I gotta tell you, I wasn't sure I'd like a yellow guitar, but I do like my gold tops. And this one doesn't disappoint. I'll get it out in the sunlight here in a little bit, so it'll show off its top a little bit better. Now that the case is empty, it'll be a little bit easier. You can see where the switch tip has dug into the case a little bit, and as well as one of the knobs over there. So that is something that, but you know, these really are pretty, from what I'm told, accurate to what these originally set up as. And the little pillow is never a bad thing because, like I say, that was not always something that they included for shipping. I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get the normal package of goodies, including the COA, which kind of like the bigger ones that they used to give out, but also they used to send out at this time of year the cool ornaments. I wonder if they're going to do that this year. I might have to order something else in around Christmas time to see what they send out. But this case is absolutely 100% very nice, and kudos to the Recreation guys because they did a fantastic job on this one. This, of course, is our little key. And there's the warranty evaluation, which may have some other stuff in it. Let's get it out and find out. Nah, nothing really special in on there on this one. Just the normal evaluation setup and your typical repair and restoration. I might send them a thing and ask them if there were supposed to be anything more, because I kind of thought that these guitars came with a little bit more of the tools and stuff, but maybe I'm wrong. Now that it's in the light, you can really get a much better idea of how lemony yellow this particular setup is. Now, this one does have some VOS done to it, so it's going to have a little bit different look than if you ordered one that was brand spickety spankety new. So the finish doesn't exactly have the perfect gloss, but really kind of works well on this setup. And the black plastics, I just think, really accentuate, because I think the cream plastics just don't seem to look right, in my opinion. But that's my own thing. The back has no real movement to it, which really, considering what it is, isn't surprising at all. The medallion with the anniversary on it, so this one is rather nice in that respect. Overall, I'd say it's probably a pretty good looker, but not really as flamey as I kind of thought it might be. Not going to throw it back because of it, because realistically, I'm just happy to have a reissue. Always wanted to play one of these, so never really gotten a good chance to find one in stock that they would let me play with, so kind of cool. Now, going up the back of the neck, you'll see that it has a lot of good mineral deposits, and the tuners have been swapped out for some VOS aged Grovers. I kind of like the look of it. I think it gives it a played in feel to the overall appearance. You can really see on this right here, if I can get the camera angle just right, where it doesn't have hardly any gloss finish to the actual headstock. The rosewood is very rosy, and so I'm very thrilled by the amount of rose-colored look that that one has. This right here is actually a aged setup. I really did not think in the pictures that was going to be that way. I thought it was a reflection, but that is that's very cool. I mean, significantly better. I mean, that's coming up on like a Murphy Lab style aging, though I could be wrong, but I've seen pictures of that. It's all seemed to be a little bit more than the normal VOS, and it's definitely more than what's on the custom. I'll put those two up next to each other sometime soon, once we give this one a little time to break in. So, right now, this guitar loves crunch. This guitar loves distortion. Everything about this guitar is absolutely 100% set up to do amazing sounds through crunch and distortion, and I love that. I got zero hate on the idea, and I don't know if you can see it. I'm not sure I can make it catch it, but there's actually some flame figuring in this. There's some figuring in there that I did not realize was there. You can kind of see the book matching or the seam line right there, but overall, this guitar has an amazing feel. The neck is supposed to be a 50s replica, like what they say, it was like a 50s replica, something or another, but it is absolutely 100% just stellar. And the dot inlays on the side have a little bit of movement to them, so I'm not sure what they're made of, but I've never had one, and I mean, that might be a historic reissue deal. Of course, this, like I say, is a 58 reissue, so maybe that's something that the other one, maybe we need to bust out a Trogley video on that. But these pickups in this guitar are absolutely just spot on for what I think guitars from this era should sound like. Now, the amplifier today has decided that it's going to be a little loud, so you'll have to excuse the buzz in the background. Might change when we push we turn it off of the deal. The 800 is one of the ones that has a two-stage setup, so it's got the preamp and then the master volume. So right now what I've got is I've got the preamp cranked up and then the master volume turned down. And that's just the way these 800s were known to do. I mean, no second channel, just change your two stage. So anyway, few riffs. Start off on the bridge, or on the neck. Start off on the neck. Middle. Now the bridge. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. I will say this though, this guitar does just great in the middle. It's just, middle tones are just. It just sings. So let's see. Turn the preamp down, master volume up. So on the neck, you've got a really rich sound. Now, everything is turned to 10. So just as a clarification, everything is turned to 10. That way we're not getting. But I noticed when I was doing this earlier that if I rolled it back to like 4, that it really does just mellow way out. Now it doesn't do quite as much mellowing on the bridge. Start off on the bridge. Bring it down to 3. And then with both of them rolled down in the middle, set them both at 3. So anyway, all right, this guy needs a little time to adjust to Texas weather, but overall, 100% completely and utterly think that this guitar is both beautiful and a 100% dream to play. Kind of like I say, always wanted a reissue. So this is the equivalent of an R8 from the past. It's 58 reissue standard. And I got to tell you, they live up to the hype, especially from the custom shop. They definitely are not something that I don't know. I did not think I was going to like this as much as I do, and I knew I'd like it. I just didn't know how much I was going to like it. The aging on it is actually really tasteful. It's like I say, I would, if you can afford one, you should get one because they're pretty cool. And I'll try to get some sunshine when I do put this one up next to a custom. I will try to get it out in the sunshine. Hopefully, we'll be finished with the contractors by then, and I can go back out to the shop. But like I say, this get it in the sunshine, polish it up a little bit, and show it off in the sun because there is some movement on this top that I don't think I can make it catch just right with the lighting I have right now. Anyway, so again, 58 reissue, modified by the Gibson Custom Shop. Till next time.